Every morning is an opportunity to connect with Jesus. Whether you're looking to get started or looking to grow more, DDPC is for you. Join us as we connect with Jesus together.
Well, welcome to a brand new sparkly week as we dive right in back into Revelation chapter 12. I want to offer a little bit of an apology. Got really tied up with Vacation Bible School and last week, and just simply forgot to post my DDPCs on Wednesday and Thursday. And so, man, my bad. So I apologize for that, but we're going to pick right back up where we left off last week. And we had opened up chapter 12. And so we are going to pick up with the second installment of chapter 12. This is episode number 46 of our series called Revelation Light, and it's episode 1411 of Daily Devotions with Pastor Chris, founded in 2019. Okay, so here we go. Or is it 20? 2020? Yes, 2000. No, yes, 20. Sorry, apologize. Yes, 2020. Okay. Revelation chapter 12. Let's move on to verse 3. It says, "Then another sign appeared in heaven, an enormous red dragon with 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns on its heads. Its tail swept a third of the stars out of the sky and flung them to the earth. The dragon stood in front of the woman who was about to give birth so that it might devour her child the moment it was born." Now, the whole purpose of Revelation chapter 12 is not about this dragon. A lot of people get hung up on the dragon. They want to slice up what every piece of it means. The purpose of Revelation 12 is not about the dragon. It's about showing us how powerless the dragon is against God's plan. Now, the dragon appears terrifying. It's got 7 heads and 10 horns and tremendous power and this massive tail and cosmic influence. And it's a show, right? But I think of the 23rd Psalm when it says, "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil." And that's what this dragon is. It's evil, but you don't have to fear it, because the moment this dragon appears, he's already losing. Think about what John actually sees here. The dragon stands before the woman, and the dragon's waiting to devour the child. So he's poised to attack. He's ready. He's waiting. And he has all the strength. All of his strength is focused on one goal. And guess what? He fails miserably, colossally, right? Because the dragon never could stop God's plan. The dragon could not stop God's promise in Eden. The dragon could not stop God's covenant with Abraham. The dragon cannot stop God's promises to Moses. The dragon could not stop God's kingdom through David. The dragon could not stop the prophecies of Isaiah and the prophecies of Micah. And he cannot stop the birth of Jesus Christ, though he tried multiple ways. For thousands and thousands of years, Satan has tried to prevent the arrival of the Messiah. Every attack in the Old Testament, whether Pharaoh's daughter of the Hebrew baby, of the Hebrew babies, remember they were slaughtered. That's why Moses got put in a basket in the first place. Athaliah, the daughter of Ahab and Jezebel, she attempted to destroy the royal line. Haman's plot against the Jews and was outed by Esther. Herod's massacre in Bethlehem, killing all of the firstborn sons, trying to kill the foretold Messiah. And none of it was successful. Every attempt that the enemy has made over the history of the world to stop the plan of God has failed. And so when John sees the dragon waiting to consume the child, he is seeing the culmination of Satan's long war against the promises of God. And the message is very, very simple. The dragon never had a chance. The child was born, the child lived, the child reigned, the child ascends, the child wins. Even when he killed him, he came back. And that's why Revelation 12 is not a discouraging, heavy, horrible depiction of this evil creature, but rather it's a sign of encouragement that God is always in control. Now, it's true that sometimes believers look at the world around us and we feel as though evil is winning. And I feel that way right now in our current climate here, at least in the Northeast portion of the United States. We see governments that are opposed to God. We see cultures that are rejecting truth and embracing horrible ideologies. We see darkness that seems to be really strong, sewn into the fabric of media, of the news outlets, of our universities, of our entertainment system. It seems like a seven-headed dragon, but Revelation pulls back the curtain and it says, wait, 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 look closer. Because the dragon has always opposed God. The dragon has always hated God's people. The dragon has always tried to stop God's purposes, and the dragon has never succeeded, not one time. So the vision is not showing us a close contest between good and evil. It is showing us a defeated enemy making one last desperate stand against a sovereign God. And the detail about a third of the stars being swept from heaven seems ominous and so powerful, but it also reminds us that while Satan does, yes, he has influence, of course, but his power is limited. I've said this 100 times. Evil is on a leash. Notice he didn't swipe all the stars. Do you think that Satan would like to do that? Of course he would. But God remains on the throne and heaven remains under his authority. So the greatest encouragement may just be that before the dragon appears, the woman's already there. Before the attack begins, the child is already promised. And before Satan makes his move, God has already written the ending. That's why Revelation 12 is a blessing to read, because it reminds us that no matter how frightening circumstances may appear, God's purposes cannot be stopped. And the same God who protected his promise through countless generations is protecting his people today. The dragon gets a few verses, yeah, but the lamb is the end of the story. And those who belong to the lamb will share the victory forever and ever. And that should encourage the socks off of you. Amen. All right, guys. Father, I just pray that you would bless us as we go into this week. No matter what dragons may rear their heads up at us, as intimidating and as ominous and as scary as they might be, help us to realize that your plans never fail and his always do. Pray, God, you bless every listener today. Help us have a great, prosperous, faith-filled, spirit-saturated day. In Jesus' holy name, amen. God bless you guys. Thank you so much for being part of DDPC. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.